Welcome back to the JJ's Declutter podcast. I'm Julie.
And I'm Janis.
And today we're taking the decluttering party outside. We're talking about your yard, your side yard, and all those outdoor spaces that have quietly become dumping grounds while you weren't paying attention. The broken pots, the forgotten toys, the garden tools leaning against the fence that since last summer, and whatever that mysterious pile is in the corner that you've been walking past so long that clutter blindness has stopped you even seeing it anymore.
Oh, we all have that corner. Today we're going to help you reclaim your outdoor spaces and turn them into places you actually want to spend time in, because your yard has so much potential that's being hidden under all that clutter.
We're talking picnic-ready yards, backyard camping adventures for the kids or grandkids, simple, intentional outdoor spaces that invite you outside instead of making you cringe every time you look out the window. Sound good?
Sounds good. Let's go outside.
All righty. Well, let's start with that side yard, the unsung hero of outdoor spaces. That narrow strip between your house and your fence, it's usually only a few feet wide, not really visible from the street, and not part of your main living space.
Which is exactly why it becomes a dumping ground. Out of sight, out of mind. It's where garbage cans live, which is fine and practical, but it's also where old broken pots go to retire, where the garden hose gets thrown when you're done with it, and where that old lawn chair went when you got new ones but felt guilty about throwing them away.
The junk drawer of your outdoor space. And just like the junk drawer in your kitchen, it can actually be functional if you set it up intentionally. The side yard is a great place to start your outdoor decluttering because it's small, it's contained, and clearing it gives you an immediate win.
Plus, you can close the fence gate and pretend it never happened if you need a break. We're joking, mostly.
Mostly. In the yard in general, we usually find broken or cracked pots, old gardening tools with broken handles, dead plants in containers, um, random pieces of wood from a project from 3 years ago, kids' toys that are so sun bleached they're unrecognizable, and outdoor furniture that is beyond saving.
In the side yard specifically, you often find old bags of mulch compacted into solid bricks, broken stepping stones, random pieces of fencing or lattice, pot saucers that don't match any pot you still own, and old garden chemicals that expired in 2015. And the reusable shopping bags. They migrate outside too. They're everywhere. They're unstoppable.
True. An important note about old garden chemicals, old paint, and old batteries. Don't throw these in the regular trash. Most communities have hazard waste disposal sites. Search for your local hazardous waste disposal and take those items there properly. It's better for the environment and often required by law.
Outdoor spaces use the same keep or let's go system as indoors. Keep. Does this item belong here? And do I actually use it? LE lives elsewhere. Does it belong somewhere else in the yard, garage, or even the house? T, trash. Is it broken or beyond saving? S, sentimental. An old garden ornament you need to think about? GO, goes out. Can someone else use this?
Do is 2 back-to-back decluttering dozen sessions for outdoor spaces. The first 12 minutes, you're going to sort everything into your keep or let's go categories. The second 12 minutes, you're going to execute. You're going to put the trash in the bin, the goes out items in your donation pile, your lives elsewhere items go where they belong. Um, Keeps get organized. 24 minutes of focused work can make a dramatic difference.
And one practical tip, grab a tarp or a drop cloth as your sorting surface. Lay it on the ground and put everything on it as you pull it out. When you're done, anything left on the tarp that's trash just gets bundled up and thrown away. It's a game changer for outdoor sorting.
It really is. And once you've cleared the clutter, what should actually live in your side yard? Garbage and recycling bins, absolutely fine to keep there. Ideally on a hard surface so they're not sitting in mud. A designated spot for garden tools, and if you don't have garage space, a simple wall-mounted tool organizer under 20 bucks transforms a chaotic pile into an organized tool station. We actually use a galvanized bucket and just put them in there in the side yard, and it keeps them contained.
And more importantly, a proper spot for the garden hose. Consider an actual hose reel or hook mounted to the wall or fence, because a hose that's properly stored lasts significantly longer than one that's left coiled on the ground all season. And that's it. Garbage bins, garden tools, garden hose, everything else belongs somewhere else or needs to go.
That's right. So now the part, what is possible when your yard is actually clear? Every yard, no matter how small, can be a picnic yard. You don't need fancy outdoor furniture. You need a blanket, some food, and a clear space. When your yard is cluttered, the thought of picnic doesn't even occur to you because it doesn't feel inviting.
And the backyard campout, one of those childhood memories kids talk about for decades. You just need a tent, some sleeping bags, and a yard clear enough to pitch it without stepping on broken garden equipment. Keep it simple: a flashlight, some hot chocolate. The magic is in the experience, not an elaborate setup.
Absolutely. Your girls used to use a trampoline, Janis?
Yeah, my daughters would go outside. They mainly would do it in the summer when their friends would come over, and they'd grab either their blanket or a sometimes a sleeping bag, and they'd go out there and they'd live there, and 9 times out of 10 they'd end up coming inside because they got chilly and they'd all sleep on the couches. But they started out outside, and just so they could be out there by themselves, and they would talk and laugh and just have fun.
Well, we used to use just the old foldable lounge chairs
Hmm.
out in the yard. And like your girls, we'd be in about middle of the night too. Too cold, even with a blanket, too cold.
Yeah, I
So
remember. I remember we set up a tent once in our front yard when I was a child, when my cousins came over, and I actually think we slept out there the entire night. But it's different when you've got your older cousins and siblings there and all that.
right. Oh, fun. So moving on, for yard decor, simple and intentional is the way to go. A few well-chosen planters, a bistro table, and two chairs in a sunny corner, maybe a bird bath. Less is genuinely more. Now, there is one exception to the simple and intentional rule.
The fairy garden. Julie, take it away.
If you're a parent with kids or grandparent with little ones who visit, nothing is more delightful than little figurines hidden among the plants. Tiny fairy doors at the base of trees, small stepping stones leading to nowhere. The look on a child's face when they discover a tiny fairy house is absolutely priceless. And I may or may not have a few little friends hiding in my flower beds right now. I will neither confirm nor deny how much joy that gives me.
So she's got fairies in her yard along with the elf solar lights. I
Yes, my Christmas solar lights are in the yard right.
so I I think fairy gardens came back into popularity sometime in the early 2000s. And my children were a little older, and I never grew up with fairy gardens. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I lived in the Central Valley and it was so hot that in our backyard everything was functional. In the summer we had a garden and we had fruit trees and we had our own. Um, we had a tree house that with a built-in, you know, platform that was our house. But no fairy gardens. Um, But my kids did have fairies because the tooth fairy, they got a fairy every time they lost a tooth. Not, well, I wasn't thinking very clearly when I decided to do that.
You
But
you let them kidnap the toothpick.
well, and then I thought, oh, these are so cute. They'll put them, they'll keep them on a shelf. No, they played with them. They broke the wigs off of them. It was just terrible. But no, uh, don't have any fairy gardens in my yard. All right, let's get back to your yard. Your yard is an extension of your home. What do you want to do in it? A garden? Create a dedicated zone with proper tool storage. Entertain? Create a seating area. Space for grandkids? Keep a clear area of lawn. You don't have to do all these things. Pick what matters most in your life right now. And I agree with this because 20 years ago, guess what? This is kind of what our backyard has evolved over time. First, we had a huge play set. Then came the trampoline. Then came the dogs. So we took all that stuff out and put in lawn. And well, now the dogs are gone. There are fruit trees and container garden out there. And who knows what next I'm going to have.
Maintain this with your weekly decluttering dozen. 5 minutes picking up after the grandkids, 10 minutes putting garden tools away properly, bringing outdoor cushions in when rain is coming. Small habits that keep your outdoor space inviting all season long.
Maybe you're feeling inspired, but also thinking, where do I even start? I've got a side yard neglected for 2 years and a backyard that needs serious attention. That's exactly what our Clutter Crushers Club is for.
The Clutter Crushers Club is our monthly membership where we actually do the work together, live on Zoom. Not just talking about decluttering, actually decluttering together with us, with a whole community of people who get it.
We meet the first and third Tuesdays and the second and fourth Wednesdays, all at 4 p.m. Pacific. So it goes Tuesday, then the next week's Wednesday, and then the week after that's Tuesday, and then the last week is Wednesday. And if there's a fifth week, we take it off. Every session is 90 minutes of actual working, sharing, helping each other, and celebrating wins. That's a minimum of 6 hours every month of dedicated decluttering time where you are never doing it alone.
Accountability is the secret ingredient that makes decluttering stick. So whatever your current project, side yard, garage, kitchen, paper piles, doom boxes, didn't organize, only moved, the Clutter Crushers Club is where you bring it and we work on it together. Find all the details at abcdeclutter.com.
Before we wrap up, we have one small but mighty favor. If this podcast has helped you in any way, please leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. It takes 60 seconds. Find the JJ's Declutter podcast, scroll to ratings and reviews, and leave us a few words about what you love.
Those reviews help other people drowning in clutter find us when they need us most. And they genuinely make our day. We read every single one. So if we've made you laugh, made you think, or made you pick up a timer and tackle something that you've been avoiding, please take that 60 seconds. We would be so incredibly grateful. And don't forget to subscribe.
Here's your outdoor action plan. Pick one outdoor zone this week, just one. Set your timer for hashtag decluttering dozen, which is 12 minutes. Sort into keep or let's go, then 12 more minutes, another hashtag decluttering dozen to execute. And when you're done, stand back, look at all the clear space and ask yourself, what could this be?
Your outdoor spaces deserve the same intention as your indoor spaces, and you deserve a yard that invites you outside. Join us in the Clutter Crushers Club at abcdeclutter.com. Leave us a 5-star review and keep it simple.
Keep it intentional. And as
always, keep
decluttering. Now go outside. It's a beautiful day.
Declutter, everyone.
Bye.